Hi, welcome to my channel, The Monarch Witch. I'm Tanisha, and on this channel, we take inspiration from the monarch butterfly. Because just like the butterfly, our spiritual purpose is also to learn, grow, and transform. We talk about eclectic witchcraft and all things spiritual to help you on your journey. Okay, so to start with, I'd like to talk about religion and the part that it's playing in all of the negative occurrences in the world at the moment. So I'm not someone who likes to watch the news. I do everything I can to not watch the news because being highly empathic means that I feel the suffering that's happening in the world on a much deeper level. And that can sometimes mean that it's hard for me to live my life. And I know it probably does seem a little bit ignorant because, ignoring it or shutting off from it doesn't mean that it's going to stop it happening in the world. But I would just ignore it because I felt like I was powerless to do anything. That is until something come up that I just couldn't ignore. And that was what's happening in Israel at the moment. I don't watch the news, but I do watch social media, and it was all over social media. So it was inescapable, and I ended up seeing what was going on. Now, this hit me harder than any negative thing on the planet because of hearing what happened specifically to mothers and their children because of this war. It hit me on a deeper level because I am a mum, and I just can't comprehend how someone could harm an innocent child like that. So I have a spirit team and guides that I regularly speak with and channel information from. And one of them is God, the divine masculine energy. Not God as in the Bible God, but more as in an energy that's outside and inside of us as well, a guiding force. And I spoke to this God and I just asked, why? Why does there need to be this needless suffering? And I have to say, my faith in the higher power was really shaken because there is a higher power of love, which is what I believe the higher power is. Then why? Why was it allowing this to happen in the world? And I felt guided after I asked that question to open up to a page in the Bible, which is unusual for me because I don't like to follow religion. I don't gel with it. I think there's a lot of negative things in the Bible that have been put there by people who want to control us. Some of it is the word of God, I believe. The love, the positivity, the connectedness. But a lot of it has been altered. So if I do look at the Bible, I just follow what resonates with me. But I was just guided to close my eyes and open the Bible to a certain page. And weirdly, I opened it up to a verse of what is occurring in Israel at the moment. And I haven't been able to find that exact verse since, but I did find a verse that is very similar to the one I opened up to. So I'm just going to quickly read that verse to you. So David commanded all the leaders of Israel to help Solomon. He said, "The Lord your God has been with you and given you peace on all sides. He let me conquer all the people who used to live in this land, and they are now subject to you and to the Lord. Now serve the Lord your God with all your heart and soul. Start building the temple so that you can place in it the covenant box." And it goes on to say more, but the main part that I want us to be focusing on is, "He let me conquer all the people who used to live on this land, and they are now subject to you and to the Lord." Because that is essentially what's happening in Israel at the moment. Now, the thing is, when I first saw what was done to the Israel people, I was horrified. And then I saw a comment from a person that lives there that was against the people of Israel. And I got really angry and said some not nice things to this person. But then at the end of it all, I wanted to understand why. Why was he so hateful to this side? Why was there so much hate? Because if we can understand why there's so much hate, then we have a chance of fixing it. And he explained to me about the fact that the view of the Palestinian people is that the Israel people have conquered, taken over their land, and given them no rights to freedom. And they've had to live in fear all their life. Which is something I never knew until speaking to this person over there. So again, I thought back to that verse in the Bible that I just read you. And I thought to myself, like, why is what is written in the Bible actually occurring? Because I don't believe in it, you know? Usually I didn't believe in it. I thought it was just a tool to control all of us. And so I did some deep some deep introspection on why this is actually all coming to fruition. And the answer that I got is what's going to help you make it easier for yourselves moving into this new beginning. Is what's going to help you realize that there doesn't need to be this suffering. Because I've always believed in the fact that we're able to manifest our own reality. Me, myself, I can manifest my own reality, but I can't manifest other people's reality and control their will and their reality. Essentially, we have a spark of God within us, but altogether, we are God. We're more than just one God spark. So altogether, we are extremely powerful. And the people that are in control of the narrative, are in control of the wars, are making this all happen they're aware of that. They're aware of just how powerful we are. And then I got the answer, and it occurred to me, how many people are reading this Bible and are not just doing what I'm doing and taking what resonates and taking the messages that are of love and positivity and connectedness, but instead they're reading about war, division, hate. They're reading about the apocalypse. I wouldn't be able to count, but so many people would be reading this and believing in it, which therefore would mean they'd be manifesting that reality. And one person can manifest against that reality, but it's not enough when there's so many others manifesting the negative reality. The fact is, the dividing and conquering of each other between Israel and Palestinians is happening because it was written in the Bible. Because people manifest this reality. And it's actually really clever of the people in control to use our own power against us. But on a positive side, it also shows how powerless they are. Really, if they have to use us to create the reality that they want of war, of division, of suffering, if they have to use us to do it, then they're not that powerful after all. And that's what I need you to know, because we are right on the cusp of a new beginning, of a new world, where there's love and peace and connectedness finally. And we can either choose to move into that new beginning, or we can repeat history. And I don't think that any one of us wants to repeat history, wants to repeat the war, wants to repeat the suffering. So I strongly ask you, please, please think about what you're believing in. Think about what you're believing in when you read this book. Now, please don't think that I'm attacking all of religion or that I'm attacking religious people. I know religious people, and they are some of the most beautiful people. There are some not nice people as well, like there is everywhere. Okay, but the reason that these people that I know that are religious are such beautiful, loving people is because they follow the tenets of love in the Bible. They follow love thy neighbor. They follow love is the highest power there is. And that's why they're some of the most amazing, beautiful, loving people. So I'm not attacking religion. What I am attacking is what's been entered into religion. Because I need to tell you that religion was never meant to be for this purpose. Okay, when religion first existed, it was about higher knowledge, connectedness, love. Okay, there is our ego self, which allows us to have an individual experience on this planet, which allows us to learn so much more. But what we have forgotten is our connected selves, is the fact that we all have this divine spark within us, is the fact that we create our own reality. And if we stand and reunite, they have no power over us. Why do you think the wars are happening? Why do you think they are trying so hard to grasp for any control that they have now? Because they're losing control, because they're losing, because they fear us. Okay? There is no God outside of us that is going to save us. That God spark has been within us all along. We're the ones who can stop it. We're the ones who can say no to hatred and division. And as an example, when I took the time to talk to this man about why he was filled with so much hatred, when I took the time to understand that, we were able to overcome our differences. And so if I was able to do that with a man in a completely different country, if we were able to agree to disagree and stop hating each other, stop writing nasty things to each other, then we can all do it. Okay, these religious beliefs, and I'm not talking about the ones of love and connectedness and love thy neighbor. I'm talking about the other religious beliefs about war, division, a God outside of us that we're not even worthy of. Those things cannot come with us into this new beginning. They can't. They're not of love. They're not of connectedness. They're not of positivity. But my whole point of this topic is to help you come into this new beginning, is to help you realize there doesn't have to be this suffering. Because we have been controlled to be tricked into creating this suffering, manifesting this suffering. Essentially, what manifesting is a strong intention, a strong belief that manifests that reality through physical actions. We do not have to agree to the physical actions of violence, of hatred, of war. And I just hope that people from both sides, Israel and Palestinian, can put down their weapons and just say no to war, no to the people in power that control us. They only control us because we're letting them. But I assure you they are losing. And that is why they're grasping for more control. Because everything they do leads it back to the light, leads it back to this new beginning. The more they try to control us, the more negativity that they create on the planet, the more that people awaken to the fact that this is not what they want, to the fact that this is not who they truly are. If you take anything from this video, I just want you to realize your power to say no to all of this. I'm not talking about standing up and fighting them in violence together, because violence and hatred will only create more violence and hatred. I'm talking about not participating in it anymore. I'm talking about refusing to believe those negative beliefs anymore. I just want you to know how powerful you truly are. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if these messages resonated with you.